So this is your reading for this week, to see what the energy is around you this week, how you can best connect with that energy and how to move forwards in the best possible way. So this is for you if you're Virgo, Sun, Moon or Rising. It's a general reading, so just take from it what you need and leave behind what you don't. Simple. So I have this Healing Light Tarot deck. I'm going to use this to find five cards to give you a general overview of what's happening, what's going on with you this week. So I'll give them a little bit of a shuffle and we'll find five. Then we will go a little bit deeper with some recent, past, present and future energy. Oops, excuse me. It's very noisy, isn't it? Okay, Leo. Right. What's your energy this week? Three of Swords, the Knight of Swords, the Knight of Cups, and the Queen of Cups. One more, the Nine of Wands. Okay, so this week there may well be a little bit of sadness or feeling of loss or of a little bit upset this week. For some of you, it might just be a fleeting thing that moves through the week. For some of you, for others, it could well be something that follows you through the week. We've got the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords is about taking action, about moving towards your truth. Maybe a transformative truth, something that's going to really open your eyes to something, open up a different path for you even. Then we've got the Knight of Cups and the Queen of Cups. Knight of Cups is also about moving forwards, about taking action, moving towards your happiness. Queen of Cups is about emotional stability, about love, about feeling safe and secure. So I think it may well be that the early part of the week may be dictated to by this sort of sadness and this need for knowledge, need for some information in some way. And then as the week goes on, I think, you're sort of heading towards this happier space, this more peaceful space. And then, by the end of the week, we've got that Nine of Wands, and that is about looking back on things that have been difficult, but still moving ahead and just, keeping moving. So it may well be a bit of a challenging week for some of you, but there is, there's a bit of light in the middle there with that Knight of Cups and Queen of Cups. But let's have a little bit of a deeper dive. Let's see what's going on in a little bit more detail. Let's look at what's happened in the recent past to maybe bring us to this place. Three cards. I've got the Light Seers Tarot here. I'll find three cards and then three clarifiers for recent past energy. Five of Cups. Knight of Swords, another Knight of Swords. Ace of Swords. Seven of Cups. Queen of Wands. Five of Swords. Okay, so recent past. I feel like for you, Leo, in the recent past there has been an element of maybe not being as happy with the things that used to make you happy. So the places that you used to find happiness, that you used to find love, find contentment, actually find peace, I want to say, and that's not usually a word I use. Those areas don't actually bring you that anymore. They're maybe not in alignment with who you are anymore. And I think maybe you have been focusing on that and really not knowing how to move forwards with that. And I think it's actually, we've got the Seven of Cups there as the clarifier. So I think it's your visions for the future, your hopes and dreams for the future, the things that you thought you wanted, I don't think you do anymore. And I think that has been a realisation in the past. And I think that's maybe knocked you a little bit sideways and maybe put you on a bit of an uneven footing. because, you know, when we know where we're going, when we know what our plan is, then life feels easier, doesn't it? And we're on a mission, and we know where we're off. We know what our path is. And when that sort of gets taken away from us, it can be a little bit ungrounding, can't it? A little bit, you know, fill us with a little bit of uncertainty. We've got that Knight of Swords again here, and I think this Knight of Swords is trying to find out information, but I think it's trying to find out information about you now, about, you know, something that's going to be transformative for you, something that's going to change your perspective on things. Knight of Swords. We've got 2 Knight of Swords, so I think this is important for you, Leo. I think maybe you've been on a little bit of an information-seeking mission, where you're trying to figure out what it is that you want in life, where your joys and your passions lie now. Now that things have shifted for you. We've got this Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands, she is confident, she's abundant, she knows what she wants, she knows where she's going, she's not afraid to take action, she's not afraid to move forward. She's a fiery, spicy energy, and she, you know, she's moving onwards despite. So I think, you know, you've been on this mission, this fact-finding mission. What do you want? How do you want your future to look? I think that's where this three of Swords comes in. I think it's a bit of a loss, you know, that feeling of grief and that loss, because things aren't how you thought they were, and you suddenly lost this vision of what your future was going to look like. But don't fear, you know, you've got this Queen of Wand energy that's wanting to burst out and wanting to help you on your way forwards. We've also, in your recent past, got this Ace of Swords, so that's clarity, seeing things as they really are. So I think you really have seen things as they really are, and don't forget, a sword is double-edged, so it's for good and for bad. And I think it might be, you know, you might feel that is more for bad, the truth that you're seeing, your clarity that you're seeing. And I think it's causing you to, or it's caused you to have all this internal mental conflict going on, this mental conflict that maybe isn't doing you any good. It's something that maybe you're holding on to, and really, in order for you to move forward, you need to release it. So let's have a little bit of a look what's going on in the current energy. What's happening around you now? How's that affecting how you're moving forwards through the rest of this week, Leo? Don't forget, if you like the reading, please press that thumbs up button. That really helps the algorithm to catch hold of me and to share my readings to others. Also, leave me a comment, let me know what's going on. Is this energy resonating with you? Is this how you're feeling this at the moment, this week? I'd love to know. If you don't feel like sharing, just stick an emoji. See how you feel this week. Right. Okay, current energy, Leo. The Hierophant, Queen of Swords, the Empress, Four of Pentacles, Eight of Wands, and the Knight of Pentacles. Right, I feel like some part of you this week is feeling like it's in a little bit of a rut. I feel like you are maybe just going through the motions, doing the same thing every day, maybe hoping for a different outcome. But I feel there's definitely some sort of repetition going on that you just like can't seem to step out of. And I think maybe because you're feeling maybe a little bit of loss, a bit lost, and a little bit not quite sure what's happening with you now, that you are just staying within the same old things, just maybe getting up, going to work, coming home, sitting in front of the TV, you know, just that bit of a rut energy, that just doing things the same old way, the same old routine, the way that you've always done, and you're holding on to that because it's comforting, because it makes you feel, got that Four of Pentacles there, making you feel safe. It makes you feel like, you know where you're at when you're doing the same old things, but things need shaking up a little bit. In order for you to move forward, in order for you to move towards where you're meant to be going, the energy needs shaking up. And we've got this Queen of Swords. I love this card. She looks like she's steering her ship. She's steering herself into the future. And so we've got the Queen of Swords. She's a card of seeing things clearly, using that information, that knowledge to help you to move yourself forwards. So I think, despite the fact that you may be feeling in a little bit of a rut, I think things are going to start shifting. Things are going to start moving. We've got that Eight of Wands. That's fast moving, that's forward momentum, that's things happening really quickly. So I think you are going to see things in a clearer way very quickly, and you're going to see where you're meant to be going, and you're going to start directing yourself in that direction. Obviously, we had that Knight of Cups, that taking steps, moving forwards. We've got the Queen of Cups, you know, feeling steady and more stable within your emotional self. And so I think it's all starting to come together. You're starting to shake off that energy, that you know, getting your motivation back, getting your mojo back. We've got the Empress. She's kind, she's compassionate, she's caring. She's also extremely creative. She's very fertile. So new ideas maybe coming your way, or at the moment maybe you're getting these new ideas. The catalyst for that being that Queen of Swords, starting to see things clearly, starting to see a way forwards, the way that you want to go. And so things feel quite fresh, quite creative, quite fertile for new ideas, for new things. I think that's how it feels for you. I think it feels quite exciting. There's like a little bit of a bubbling under the surface. A little bit of bubbling under the surface with potential things that, you know, that can maybe burst up and come your way. I think you've got a lot of creative energy around you, and potential new beginning energy around you at the moment, Leo. We've got the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is about being discerning, about being careful, being considerate about how you're moving forwards with your pentacle. So don't forget, pentacles are earthly, material things. So things like your health, your wealth, your relationships, your home, your stuff. And so whilst being creative, while being in this real bubbling fertile, like fertile soil, things just waiting to pop up, be discerning, be careful. But don't hold back too much. You've got to move forward. You've got to keep moving forward. So, you know, don't be getting in, I'm going to use my favourite word now, getting in a quandary by not knowing which way to move, which way to jump. Just keep moving forward. Just keep stepping forwards, making moves in the right direction, moving towards your happiness, and things will flow. So future energy. What's coming along in the future for you, Leo? What's this next week, this next few weeks bring? Give that a little bit more of a shuffle. 3 cards. 3 of Cups. King of Wands. The Hanged Man. The 10 of Cups. The 10 of Wands. And the 9 of Cups. And I'm going to have one more, the Ace of Wands. So they're the second person to have that card in that position this week. Right. So moving forward, I think things are going to feel lighter, they're going to feel fluffier. I think you are going to have some nice things surrounding you, some lovely energy, some lovely supportive energy from the people who love you, your nearest and dearest, your mates, your family, whoever it is that is supporting of you. And then we've got this lovely 10 of Cups. So it's feeling safe, it's feeling grounded, it's feeling happier. And I think this is coming about because I think you're finding your direction, you're finding your mojo, your motivation's coming back, and you're getting yourself back on track. We've got that King of Wands. So we had the Queen of Wands in our recent past, and now we've got the King of Wands. So he is taking action. He's decisive. He is extremely confident. He may be afraid still about what's awaiting him in the future, but he's being courageous, stepping out, moving forwards with passion, with the lovely fiery energy of the wands. And so I think, you know, obviously we've got this nine of wands there up above our future energy, and that is moving forwards despite the fact that you may have been coming up against some resistance, despite the fact things may have been tough. So it's about leaving that stuff behind, moving forwards, taking those steps that you need to take. It may be that, you know, you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed, a little bit weighed down with stuff moving forwards. Maybe you're having to overcommit yourself, maybe you're having to have a lot on your mind. Maybe I think there's going to be a feeling of things feeling quite weighty, but it's going to be worth it. It needs to be done for you to move forward. And think with the 10 of wands is it's not forever. You're nearly home. It's nearly time to put the sticks down, to put your wands down. So I think, you know, this energy moving forwards is a proactive energy. It's an active energy. It's moving forwards, but it's doing it in a really within a nice space, within this loving space, this space of contentment, of friends, of support, of love, and you're just I feel like like I said, the momentum's just it's like you've been freed. As if you've been held back and held back and held back, and then everything starts to become clear, and it's like, you know, you're off. So we've also got this hangman energy moving forwards, about seeing things from a different perspective. The 9 of cups, about the things that you're working towards, your hopes and dreams. I think it's all about looking at your hopes and dreams, the things that you want for yourself, from a different perspective. And I think you're looking at it in a completely different way to the way that you have done in the past. I think this vision for your future, this how you see your future looking, what your future happiness looks like, I think is a whole lot different to the one, you know, these 2 cards at the beginning. The 5 of cups and the 7 of cups. I think your version of happiness and contentment and love and all the lovely things in life are looking completely different. You're looking at things from a completely different perspective now. And I think that is giving you the fire in your belly to move forwards. It's giving you inspiration. It's giving you your motivation. It's giving you options and possibilities moving forwards. This very much feels about your mindset this week, Leo. It really does. It's just all about reframing stuff, shifting things. I don't necessarily think anything's changing apart from what's going on in your head. And I think it's just all about reframing things, changing routines, and just, you know, going with that lovely creative energy. Any new things that come up, opportunities, ideas, just grabbing them and moving forwards with them in a really, really lovely way. Right, I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to leave it at that because I think that pretty much covers it for you, actually, Leo. All about your mindset. Yeah. Reframe things, put things into perspective, and shake things up a little bit. You know, be proactive moving forwards. So I'll leave it there. If you fancy being part of this lovely little community I'm trying to grow, then please don't forget to press the subscribe button. Let me know whether this resonates with you on any level, and I will leave it at that. See you next week, hopefully. In the meantime, stay rooted, stay open, stay magical, and look after yourself.